beautiful morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom, and of course, we know what we do here. We talk about women. Of course, once in a while, we put in children and men. Remember that this program is to empower women and, of course, to educate, to inform you, give you the right information. So today we have an amazing guest that'll be joining us. But fortunately, Covenant Girl is not here today, but hopefully she will be joining us tomorrow. So just keep it locked with her. She's going nowhere. She's coming back tomorrow. And of course, today, before I forget, I'm not going to forget. I do not want to forget. I'm first going to wish my HOD, the HOD of my department, a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Femi Adewale. We love you so much, and thank you for helping us and, of course, for managing us the way we are. We love you so much. From Women's Corner, from Covenant, wishing you a happy birthday, and, of course, from the team. All right, like I said, usually before we introduce a guest and we get talking, we go for a little tip, and that is to motivate you, because we are still in the new year and we're still feeling the weather, the atmosphere of this new year resolution and all of that. Let's quickly go for tips to motivate ourselves for the year. January is starting. It's not even yet the middle. Today is just 9. So definitely it's still a time for you to reflect. It's still a time for you to write those goals, dream those dreams, and of course inspire yourself. Even though you do have people who are there to push you forward, make sure you always push yourself forward. And also, I want you to know that we're streaming live at Facebook and on Twitter at Galaxy Television and Galaxy TV Web. Also, we have our YouTube channels. We have Galaxy TV Entertainment, Galaxy TV News, Galaxy TV Comedy, and of course we have Galaxy TV Vibes, where you have all the entertainment, the red carpet moment right there. So go and watch it, and of course like, subscribe and share. And for those who do not have a TV set beside them, you can always download Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. Just type in Galaxy TV, and of course you can watch us live and direct. Okay, so before I introduce my guest, like I said, let's quickly go for tips for motivation to take us and drive us through this year. And of course, when we come back, I'll be introducing my guest to you. Stay with us, don't go nowhere.
Tips for motivation. Setting a goal. Anything from getting a degree or landing a new job to achieving a new level of physical fitness is a big step towards improving your life. But following through to achieve what we've set out to accomplish can be challenging, especially on those days when motivation wanes. So, how do you follow through on your commitment during those times when you don't feel like putting in the work? Number 1, put your goal on the calendar. One way to boost your internal motivation is to create some external motivation, a target date. Whatever you're aiming to accomplish, put it on the calendar. You may be working towards a goal with a set finish date built in. Examples include preparing for a test or taking a course with a fixed end date. If your goal lacks this structure, you can add it by deciding on a date by which you could realistically achieve your goal. Number 2, make working towards your goal a habit. When you make working towards a goal or habit, an automatic conditioned response, you no longer have to rely so much on feeling motivated. How do you turn a behavior into a habit? Identify your trigger. Choose something you already do daily, like brushing your teeth or eating lunch, to trigger the action you want to make a habit. Write an if or then plan. Number 3, plan for imperfection. Feeling excited and confident about achieving your goal is great, but it's also possible to be optimistic. Not every day will go exactly as planned, and that's okay. Life happens. One way to boost motivation on difficult days is to plan for them. As you think about your goal, jot down a list of the things that could get in your way. Number 4, set small goals to build momentum. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do other tasks and another and another. Number 5, track your progress. Seeing progress can be highly motivating. You'll find many tools out there to help you track your goals. This could be as simple as a to-do list or calendar where you can cross off tasks or days as you complete them. Another option is to draw a progress bar on a sheet of poster board or paper. Hang it somewhere where you see it regularly and fill it in as you get closer to your goal. And lastly, Number 6. Reward yourself for the little wins as well as the big ones. It feels good to be rewarded for our work. However, rewards can also improve motivation and performance. Rewarding yourself for reaching small milestones and completing big goals could boost your interest and enjoyment in the work you're doing. These rewards don't have to be big or cost a lot of money. Consider this quick list of ideas you could use to reward yourself. Take a short break, go for a walk outside, enjoy your favorite snack, read a chapter of your favorite book, spend a few minutes meditating, listen to an episode of your favorite podcast, plan a night out with your friend, play an online game, visit a free museum or attraction, have a long bath or shower, call a friend or family member.
Right, you're welcome back. Yes, such an inspirational, motivational tip for us for the year. Of course, we have our amazing guest. Her name is Florence Carl Ogo. She is a licensed family life therapist, and she is also a very, very supportive person when it comes to this program. And she's the founder of Revive Afrique Resource Center, and of course, which is an organization that provides family maintenance solution. She also has passion for marriage and, of course, passion for family. She's also bettered so many projects, including the Couples Next. Of course, that's a community of couples that are willing to do marriage right. And trust me, she is a life coach. She is a relationship and a marriage expert. And of course, when it comes to social media, which is what we're talking about, she knows all the nooks and crannies of that. So yes, can we have Florence Carl Ogo on the screen? Good morning, Florence. Happy New Year to you.
Wishing you the same. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
we're talking about the impact of social media on women. So I just want to ask, of course, we have ideas of what social media has actually influenced and impact and maybe caused a lot of effect on the way women live, the way they think, the way they probably react, and of course, maybe the way their lifestyle is. But I want to ask, so that we could be very explicit, is what are the major impacts do you think social media have had on women, especially when it comes to their day-to-day life?
Okay, so when we talk about effect, let me first of all say thank you. I think this is such an important topic, especially as we begin the year, and also as some women may be feeling underachieved. They may be feeling that they didn't do so much. A lot of women are probably battling with esteem issues, loss of confidence, less achievement because of all of these things, because of the things they see. So I think talking about this, it's very important at the beginning of the year. So I'd like to say thank you. And I would also want to establish that when we talk about effect, we mean positive and negative. Okay, there are positive effect and there are negative effect. Okay, you are asking what are some of the effect of social media, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe I should begin with the positive effect. For women, I would say that especially some women that tagged themselves as the stay-at-home moms, social media has been able to help them to bring out what they have inside and give to the world. When we say it's a small word, social media has actually made it smaller, and I would say it has favored a lot of women on various platforms. But let me talk about Instagram. If you see the way women sell things on Instagram, you'll be amazed. I have personally bought a lot of things on Instagram, okay? And these things are more sold by women. Even sometimes I was thinking about it, or sometimes I think about it, and I ask if social media or Instagram was specifically made for women. So I would say that it has helped a lot of just someone the just outside my estate that sells something small already has an Instagram page that she's marketing her things. So I would say that it has helped women to come out more often, better. It has helped women to spread whatever it is they have inside. And sometimes it's not about selling a product. It's not just about selling a product. We have women that are able to do certain things. One of the things I do is to coach women. And you see women at the beginning of this year, I had a retreat with some of them. And most of them are excited to start up a YouTube page, a YouTube channel, do more videos on social media, something they're passionate about. You hear some of them say, oh, I'm passionate about children, I'm passionate about this, I'm passionate about career. They are able to come out and do Instagram Live, go to TikTok, go to Facebook Live, I mean, the voice of a lady that's maybe a lady somewhere in the corner of our room that wouldn't have been heard before. Social media has amplified it. Right, so I would say that this and more, and they're making money. People are making money. I was speaking with one of them, and I asked what her target was for this year, and she gave a figure, and she gave that figure confidently because she made it by sitting at home. She was sacked from her place of work. All she had to do was to start up what she knows how to do best on social media, pushing what she has inside of her. And then she was telling me that she hit some things that she didn't believe she was going to hit. And this year she's shooting faster. So we don't just have women, especially the ones that have brains and know what they are doing. They don't just sit and gossip and go through social media. They are making good money on social media. Okay, so I can go on and talk about the effect, the positive effect on social media. Maybe I should hold on the negative. I'm sure at some point we'll have opportunity to bring it up later in the program.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much for that. That's I love the fact whereby you were able to give us the very positive side, which of course is one of the major thing we should look at. But for every time we look at the positive, we also have to look at the negative, the way it's influencing us negatively, not just even us, maybe our mindsets, even without we are being judged, let me use that word, if we're not careful, because of what social media has come to play in the lives of so many. So what are the major things, like you said now, positivity? And I love that a lot of people are starting business. You don't need to leave the comfort of your home. You can always push forward with that one. Now let's talk about the negative part. What are the negative influences that you think social media has had on women, especially the young ones? Let's even start with the young ones before we talk about the married or the ones who are planning their weddings or those who have even been married for years. You understand? So let's talk about the young girls. How has social media really affected their lives without them probably even knowing that they are affected?
All right. I think one of the first one I would want to mention, especially for young girls, is distraction. It has distracted a lot of young girls, I must say. A lot of them are distracted. They wake up in the morning and the first thing they want to hold is their phone. And guess where they're going to? They're not even going to the Quran or Bible on their phone. So they're going to their social media pages, checking out everything. And then some of them can sit down there doing it for another 1 hour that I think that I think could be productive doing other things. I mean, you just woke up in the morning. I listened to the video that was played before we started this, before I was introduced, talking about one of the ways if you are going to achieve your goals, start with as little as laying your bed in the morning. Okay, now this social media thing has really influenced some people negatively, some young girls negatively, that you have parents talking to her, so she's not doing this, she's not doing that, because yes, she's still at home with their parents, and then just to lay the bed, she cannot, because she has been on her phone and not producing or giving content, just soaking in content that leads to the next point I'm going to raise: loss of confidence, low self-esteem, and feeling less achieved. So you have a lot of young girls, because of the so many things that they're digesting into the system, going through. They see people wearing this kind of hair. Some of them, their goal for this year is to buy Bond Streets because they have seen it on social media. So it brings about this unhealthy competition among young girls that they know that they've not gotten to. How much are you making? and how much do you want to spend buying some things. So when they go out there, they look at, and this negative competitive spirit, I think it has bring about so many things, wanting a lifestyle that I know they are not capable of sustaining, or they are not even up to the stage for that lifestyle. So social media has put negatively, of course we've talked about the positive side, negatively, ideas on people, because they don't know how to manage it, right? Ideas on young girls on wanting to achieve what they know they are not supposed to, or what they don't need at the moment. Okay, then we have about comparing themselves. So we have a lot of young girls comparing, literally. They've seen their friends from high school posting a particular video, they look forward to buying that kind of dress, they look forward to doing the same thing. I mean, people just live fake life. Okay, so I mean, at your age, you want to start living fake life. You're not even married. So when it's time to get married, it's to be fake husband, fake children, fake everything, entire life fake. Okay, so those are some of the things, negative things I think it has brought about with for young girls. And then you have them feeling like they've not done so much. So when someone comes and posts a picture of themselves and their boyfriend, and that one doesn't have a boyfriend, which can lead to abuse, because what happens is you go for a relationship that shouldn't be, because you have seen your friend on social media flaunting their boyfriend and you want to do the same thing. So you stay with a boy or a guy that you know that this relationship is not healthy, but just for the glam, you just keep staying. So these are some of the things I believe that it has done for some young ladies, unmarried.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to ask, I have another question, but before I ask that question, I want us to just go, let me ask this question before we go for a break here. Now, we know that somehow I feel like the influence, the impact of social media, and especially for women, has caused the high rate of femicide. Like that's the killing of ladies, women more, because of on the online dating, some of them wanting to live a certain lifestyle, like you said, you want to get a phone, so you have to meet a stranger in a public place and you do not know his source of wealth, and of course before you know, you're being kidnapped, to the extent that some even plan with probably their boyfriend to be kidnapped so they can get money. Now that is because they want to live a certain lavish lifestyle. Now, do you think that social media is one of the major reasons why we have femicide in the society right now?
Yes, I think so. Because even some of those contacts are established on social media. And then the reason they go ahead with it, for instance, the reason, so the girl gets to see the flamboyant lifestyle of that person, of the perpetrator, on social media. That's how they connect. Now, the reason the girl will even fall for the lie of that predator is because of what she has seen on social media. Well, not 100%, but part of it, part of the lifestyle. If it is money you think this guy is going to give to you, what do you want to use the money for? You barely hear them saying things like, I want to use the money to go to school. It's to buy something. Okay, so either ways, you can see that it's because of what they see on social media. Number one, they establish the contact of that perpetrator on social media. Number two, that lifestyle they want to live, it was because they saw it on social media. So either ways, you would say yes, social media has a bit of role to play. But I'm sure we'll get there to say that it's not as though social media is wrong. It is the way you consume it, right? It is the consumption, because we also have people doing, like we have talked about, the positive side of social media. All right, so we always have things, and we have people using it negatively, and then we have people using it positively. So this is the negative. So yes, I would say that yes, it is likely chance that is a part of the high increase of femicide. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that response. Of course, we still have more questions to ask on the impact of social media in the lives of women, of course, in the society right now. So we still have Florence Carl Ogo with us, but let's quickly take a short break. Let's take a break at them. Right after the break, I will be taking another tip, which is, of course, internet safety tip. And this is very important because we're talking about social media, and we know, like we said, a lot of young girls tend to always be with their phone. Sometimes they're in church, you see them with their phone. They're in school, they're always with their phone. They are working. working at work, there's a Snapchat every time, every day. And trust me, some of them do not have control on how much they spend their time on social media. But here we don't mind, even if you have to work on social media, because that is probably your job. Then you need to be careful of how much you use the internet, how much you tend to tap from somebody's Wi-Fi, and it's free, it's open. You have to be very, very careful. But let's quickly check this tip, of course, for internet safety, and we'll be right back to the studio to continue the program with Florence. And of course, we're still talking about the impact of social media in women's life. We'll be right back.
Tips to avoid internet addiction. Acknowledge the problem. Seeing an addiction problem for what it is can be one of the most difficult internet addiction symptoms to overcome. The emotional surges that comes with being online trigger. Consider professional help. Considering professional help means being open to the possibility of seeking assistance from a qualified therapist or other mental health professional who is trained in treating internet addiction. Create a schedule. One of the ways of how to break internet addiction is to create a schedule. Creating a schedule refers to planning and organizing your time in advance so that you can balance your internet use with other activities and responsibilities. Practice mindfulness. Another solution to internet addiction is to practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness means paying attention to the present moment with curiosity and openness without judgment or distraction. Set device-free times. Setting device-free times refers to choosing certain periods of the day or week when you do not use any tech devices such as smartphones, computers, tablets, or televisions. Identify triggers. Identifying triggers means recognizing the situations, emotions, or thoughts that make you want to use the internet excessively or compulsively. Seek support. Seeking support means reaching out to friends, family, support groups, or professionals for help and encouragement in dealing with internet addiction. It involves sharing one's struggle and challenges related to excessive internet use and actively seeking guidance, understanding, and assistance from others during the recovery process. Find alternative activities. To find alternative activities means to engage in other hobbies, interests, or tasks that can provide you with enjoyment, fulfillment, or relaxation without using the internet.
Okay, all right, welcome back. You're still watching Women's Corner, and of course, we're talking about the impact of social media in women's life. And trust me, this is a very interesting topic. If you've missed, you can still join us, because of course we have Florence Ogu, who has been doing justice to this topic. Can we have Florence on the screen again? Let's continue with that conversation. Okay, it's good to have you back again, Florence. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so okay, now we've talked about the impact. I want to know, how best do you think women can actually embrace social media and work with it positively, no matter how much we see what the other parts can do? That's the negative part of what social media is doing to the lives of women. How do you think women can actually harness social media and make it work for them? Not they working for social media, basically. They should make use of social media, make their money from there, social network, I don't know, so many things that they can do. How do you think women can actually do that and do it rightly? Because trust me, they say something, when it's becoming too much, then it becomes a problem. At that point, you won't even know how to stop. So what would you advise women to do?
All right, thank you so much for the question. The first thing women should know is that social media can be addictive. Okay, so before I like to talk about the things people should do, I like to state categorically some things that should be expected. Social media is very addictive. It is. Even if you're using it positively, you should have boundaries. You should have controls. Social media has the capacity to make you not to have control because it's exciting, and so you just want to just engage in it again and again. So just try as much as possible to know that fact. Now, knowing that will now help you set goals for it or schedule. I tell people, as much as we have a lot of things we want to do on social media, know when. I have seen marriages even crash because of social media, because the husband, now we are talking about women because sometimes it can be men always on their phones. Now we're talking about women because the husband feels like he's spending too much time on social media than she's spending time with me, right? And then you hear the women say things like, oh no, I am attending to my clients and I'm attending to customers. And I said, you should have a call time. You should have a time when you do not attend to customers, no matter how much they are paying you. Your family is still very important. Or schedule it, or let people train your customers to know when to contact you. That you have access to social media or that you are a social media marketer does not mean you should always be online. So I would say that women should always have a timetable, have a schedule, have when you want to be on social media, have how long you want to be on social media. That's one way you can use social media very well. And then be clear on what you want to do on it. Some of us are on social media and all we do is to chat, to laugh, to watch gossips. See, also know that some of the things you see on social media, they're not real. We know that. In fact, not also know, we know this thing, but there's this thing about you knowing something and you just find yourself not being able to work with what you know. That's why I tell people that this year is a year of being intentional. So know that some people are not real on social media and then act accordingly so that you're not under pressure. Okay, so have schedule. Don't say, oh, you have you want to post a video and then you are expecting 100 likes and you see somebody now has 1,000 likes but you don't have 100 yet. What happens is it wants to make you be consistently on social media page, thinking that's how you can get the 1,000 likes, whereby other aspects of your life will be suffering. Okay, so just understand the fact that some of the things we see may not be real, and you can create what is real for yourself. Just probably have timelines and have the things you want to sell. Have a goal. Why are you on social media? What do you want to achieve on social media? Then have when. If you are a work at home mom or a work at home lady, just know that from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I am going to be, even at that you should have breaks. Okay, you should have breaks because this thing have a way of affecting us mentally too. All right, so I'm sure that's some of the things, just a little bit of what I believe we can do as women.
Okay, thank you very much. So now for young ladies, we have children even from secondary school that are already making use of a phone, and they already have Instagram, they have Facebook, they have TikTok. Trust me, I don't even want to go to TikTok because what I see young girls doing on TikTok, oh Lord, I would have said that app is supposed to be closed for children, for young girls, but they push out a lot of content that when you look at them, you even marvel. Now, do you think there should be a certain age that young girls should have access to these social media platforms, like maybe TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, because of the kind of content they actually put up there? They create. It's as bad as even a child that knows that what I'm posting on my status, just a WhatsApp status, what they post there is ranchy. It's not something that should be seen. They will now block their parents, they'll block their brothers, they'll block their uncles, they'll block those pastors, and those people that they know will be the first person to call and like, what are you doing? What is that? So is there a proper way, is there a way at all that these can actually be controlled or managed?
Okay, well, I don't know if there's an algorithm. I don't know if there is something these guys behind this thing, these platforms can do. But I would want to say that if they can't do so much, because sometimes they put the age that one should be there, they are getting on it and they are changing their age. And they can't know that you are lying about your age. You get it. And so if you pass the age, they allow you in. For children, especially children that are talented, that have something to show to the world, it is their parents that are supposed to be the ones handling it. So even when they are registering on social media, they put there that they are guardians. I think that's how they get qualified, and verified to be on social media. But now we're talking about all those younger people, okay? So we may not be able to control when they should be on social media and what social media should do to them, we may not be able to. So one of the things I would really want to encourage is to talk about the consequences. I think we should just keep educating them, because trust me, I know of someone that, I mean, this person used to be with my mother-in-law, and then after some time, from all this religious background, and then we are seeing some things. The moment we just started commenting that, oh, why are you doing this? We know we have been blocked. So if you block the person, you are still living that lifestyle, you are still doing the things, and you are still going to bear the consequences. So maybe educating them. Trust me, it has never worked when we say, okay, because if you ask me, I would say, okay, maybe because some of those contents are not things that a 13-year-old should see, even if they feel they are teenagers already and they feel big. No, a 13-year-old, I'm not even talking about children. So children definitely shouldn't have access to it. It is their parents, especially those ones that have things to do. Okay, it is their parent that should be handling that page for them. So, but for those ones that they feel their parents should not be handling that page for them, 13 is still young, to my own understanding, because you don't control what you see. Now you add everybody adds you. You have access to seeing people's feeds, people's posts, and people's page, and all of that. 14 is still, so if you ask me, I'll say young adults, but trust me, we know it's not realistic. So I would just suggest that we educate young people on the consequences of this content, so that they are at least able to carry their parents along. So parents should keep talking. It's okay if you want to be on social media, it's fine, but can I help you manage it? Can I help you? But a 14-year-old is feeling all big already and not willing to allow the parents manage. So I think we should just keep up with from each of these ends I have just mentioned. But if we say, oh, it has to be 17, we know it won't work. Because if you ask me, that should be about that. But we know it won't work, because 13, 12, they are there on social media. All right. So parents should keep educating while we keep talking about the consequences of negative content.
My last question, because of our time, is of course we've been talking about women. Now let's talk about the other gender, men. Do you think some of the content or some of the things that men push online, or the lifestyle they portray to have online, is one of the things that actually influence the women, especially the young adults, as you said, the young adults or women in a particular lifestyle they now want to start living? Okay, take for example, you said something about people who post, their relationship online, how beautiful it is. And trust me, every now and then people keep telling you, don't trust what you see on social media. Who is coming out to tell you we're good? They are beating up themselves in the house, which is not reality. So do you think men also have a way that, whatever they've put out there has made a different impact on women? And also for women who already are in this they're already in a mess right now, maybe because of following the social media trend, trying to live up to standard of a particular person, trying to have money, strategizing different ways and different manner, probably even as much as almost something you were not trained to do. You just want to even go nude. You hear some children, some young adults, teenagers also, they decide when their nude should be exposed. Before, you hear somebody's nude is out and everybody's ashamed, the person is hiding, feels like she's already depressed or something. But trust me, right now the news is they have a time they release their nude, because there's a certain lifestyle they want to live, and to only get that they probably need to, according to them, sell their market. So it's becoming more and more very dangerous. Now for someone who has already made that mistake, is addicted to the internet, is already living a particular lifestyle that suits what social media is unveiling to a lot of people, and of course from the angle of men also, what do you think such ladies, such women can do to get out of it? And of course, what would you advise men to do to be able to manage the situation when it comes to social media?
All right, thank you so much. Now, for the women that are doing all of those things, we know that they are doing it for the men. So the men are indulging them, all right? And an average man out there that has a mission will strike towards that mission, so they know they're intentional about what they're doing. So I want to say that men should understand how much of a groomer that they are. They should control the things that they post. They should understand the implication. I know they know, but they know that they are effects, but they should understand that it is deeper than they think. For every young girl you lure, for every young girl you make to live a lifestyle, or whatever you do with them, it is a seed into the future that may be connected to yours. So men should understand the implication. Okay, so a man comes and posts what he's going to buy for his baby mama or his girlfriend. Just understand that by doing that, you may be leading 10 other girls to do what they're not supposed to do. Now, this is very important. I want to believe that it should be part of your goal as a man to say, okay, I will intentionally not lead any woman astray, because that's what we do sometimes as men, sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously. And sometimes the ones that are doing consciously is because they have a target. That's their lifestyle. If you know that you just do this, you find yourself doing it, not deep down, not like you enjoy it. You may be helpless. You may want to say therapist. You may want to talk to someone. Okay, so that's what I would put. That's what I want to say for the men. But trust me, the effect is so massive, and therapists like us, we know what we deal with. Okay, concerning that. And then for the woman that is saying, oh yeah, she's had it wrong, she's done this, she's done that, especially young girls, if you have posted something, the first thing I would like you to do is to see how you can delete some of those things, and then understand that it is one thing is to make a decision, another thing is to make sure you are being held accountable. So I want to suggest that you have someone, maybe a professional, that can hold you accountable. Now, why I would suggest a professional is because there are also things that they will be working with you through this process. It's not just to say, oh, I'm holding, so it's not like your best friend holding you accountable. A professional is also helping you go through, because it's a lot. It's even, I mean, one of the things I'm sure a professional will tell you is to stay away from social media. We call it the social media fast. Now, social media fast is not easy. It is very easy to say, but not easy to achieve. All right. So I would want to say that understand why you want to turn a new leaf, why you want to change, and then make sure you get someone that holds you accountable. A therapist, what a therapist would do in this case is to sieve and check what the effect has been, the damage that has been done so far, so that we don't have a relapse. All right. But if you have made that decision, I'd like you to know that's one of the best decisions you make in life, because one of the things as I end that people we will always say is that the internet doesn't forget. The time will come where this same social media that some of us are throwing ourselves at negatively and putting things that are not supposed to be, this same social media will be the CV. It already is. I was going to employ someone some time ago, and I had to go and check on social media. Okay, so social media is already the new CV. Social media is already the new, when they want to get married and they say, go and check the lineage and the village of the person. Social media is one place that they go and check and see if you are marriable. All right, so social media is a place that, in the nearest future, people will be checking to see if you are someone that they want to be associated with, and you don't want to mess up the future just because of the present gratification.
Okay, thank you very, very much. This topic is so interesting. Trust me, there are a lot of things we still need to talk about, but because of our time, I know there are a lot of gist you want to gist. It's not just about educating. I'm certain you have seen a lot of people that have probably been in that situation, and of course,
yes,
you talk to them, you help them out, which sometimes a lot of people tend to hear more or listen more when they hear about people's experience or people share the experience. Right. They tend to quickly pick up fast, right, than when you're just advising them, no, drop your phone. No. There is when you tell them that this is what has happened to me and this is what I right, resulted to and I had to pick up. That's when a lot of people tend to. But don't worry, we can still always do this again and of course talk more elaborately on the topic. But I would like to appreciate you, Florence, for always coming through every time. I know you're just a call away. Thank you so much for joining the program. All of us from Galaxy TV, we do appreciate you and we love you. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the program.
I love you. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and that's it from Florence Ogo. She did justice to the topic as usual, and trust me, as much as social media has a very good influence, like running your business, growing your business, connecting, building something for yourself, something good, is the same way social media has influenced a lot of people and made them live the wrong life, made them decide to be more thirsty, more greedy for whatever thing that they feel they want to get, instead of focusing and be contented with what they have. But anyways, that's all we'll be taking for today.